stream. Let's see. 10 seconds have passed. I don't think anybody's ever gotten in stream in under 10 seconds. I think there was one time when somebody got in under 20 seconds, though. That was pretty cool. All right. Will somebody be here in under 30 seconds? Maybe. Possibly. All right. 30 seconds have passed. All right, George, what's absolutely popping? George is first, as always. What's up, George? Good to have you in here. All right, not YN is second. Good to have you in here. It's been a minute. All right, Waylon Biggers is third. What's up? All right, Matei. I'm gonna just call you Matei. All right. Matei J. Pesek is fourth, and then Burn is fifth. Good to have you in here. All right, what's up, Honeycomb? Honeycomb is sixth. All right. Let's see here. All right, what's up, Grum? Good to have you in here. I know you were trying to be first in stream. It's all right, Grum. You don't always have to be first. All righty. Let's see here. All right, what's up, Wavy? Good to have you in here. All right, looks like George is about to eat. Can we get W Cheeseburger in the chat for George? All right. Can I do the bulky black one? It looks really cool. Absolutely. Fun fact, this is actually a Lego balisong. I designed a Lego balisong for myself. And yeah. All right. Burn said, by the way, you can just call me Wizard. It's something that I came up with because of one of my D&D characters. Oh, okay. I think I'm going to stick with calling you Burn, all right? Let's see. Ooh, Wavy's getting pizza. Ooh, that's awesome. All right, guys, give me just 1 second. Alrighty, should we get a poll going? Should we get a poll going, chat? Alright, Wavy said W Cheeseburger. Thank you, Wavy. I may have to pin that. We got 6 people in stream so far. Alright, Grum said, I know I can have you do reverse fan into Helix. Ooh, alright. I might try that. Alright, George said, does it hurt if metal hits your fingers? It does not. These are all balisong trainers, which means that these are perfectly safe. Just for flipping purposes, practicing, and having fun with. All right, Burn said, if anything, just call me Nate. All right, I'm going to call you Nate then. All right, poll, I got you, Wavy. We'll get a poll going. All right. Do you guys want to do like a funny poll today? We can do a funny poll, or we can just stick with the normal one. All right, I think we're going to stick with the normal one for now. Do you know Jesus and do you flip balisongs? Do you flip balisongs? And do you know Jesus? All right. Your options are going to be I love Jesus. Your second option is going to be the typical yes, I flip. Your next option is going to be what's a balisong? And your last option is tell me more about Jesus. All right, boom, there we go. We've got 12 people in stream. Guys, feel free to say hi or ask me any questions. All right. Omar said, dang, you're good. Hey, thank you, bro. I appreciate it. All right. Wavy said, what perks do the second mod have? Just asking. I don't think you really have any perks besides the fact that you're on the leaderboard. Because you're on the leaderboard with the top fans thing, I think you should be able to, like, send special stickers or something. I really don't know. It's something I'll have to look into more. All right. Burger Bomber said, hey, how are you, dude? Yo, what's up, Burger Bomber? Good to have you in here. All right, Charlola said, hi, sorry I'm late. You're all good, Charlola. Good to have you in here. All right. Let's see here. All right, Grum said, by the way, Samuel, would you say I'm quite loyal? I would say you are a pretty loyal viewer, yeah. I'm not going to make you mod quite yet, though. All right. What's up, Young Blood Flips? Good to have you in here. What's up, AKA Edit? Good, or AKA Ed, my bad. Good to have you in here. All right. I'm curious, Youngblood. I have a question for you. All right. I'm curious if you're going to be entering in the LDY competition this year, because that's something that I'm interested in entering in, and I'm probably, hopefully, I'm wanting to go on another road trip this weekend. I'm going to try and travel to a new place this weekend and get a bunch of good clips for the competition. All right. Charlotte said, I've gotten really good at the chaplain. Ooh, that's awesome, Charlotte. Okay. Oh, you will be entering. All right, cool. What style video are you going to do? I'm curious. Also, have you guys heard the Bally Awards for 2025 have been announced? Camaro EE, aka Ethan from Blade Bias, is putting them on as usual. Me and Blade Bias don't agree on a lot of things, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. Blade Bias has left lots of hate comments on my videos. All right, so for that reason, I wanted to do a presentation, but Blade Bias has left quite a few hate comments on my channel, and for that reason, I'm not going to reach out to him. But I do plan to watch the Bally Awards, and I'm interested to see who the winners are for certain things. All right, what's up, Owen Shorts? Good to have you in here. All right. Songman Lim said, what's your favorite one? Ooh, probably the Kraken trainer, honestly. The Kraken trainer from Squid Industries. All right, Youngblood Flip said, I'm going to do a flipping clip style with the nature-ish background. Ooh, that's awesome. All right. Wavy said, what? Ethan leaves hate comments since when? Here's the thing. I didn't want to really get into this because I don't want to spread any hate. Because this is what he will consider hate, all right? There was one video, all right? One of my videos, I mentioned the fact, it's the video that I featured him in, all right? Where I learned a trick, his signature trick, right? Remember that video where I learned signature tricks from different YouTubers? Well, in that video, I mentioned the fact that I do not support LGBTQ. And he basically, him and along with Pyro Flips, Jack Pyro, Den, a whole bunch of people, Dasuko, they have all gotten on that video and basically have called me a disrespectful, they've called me a disrespectful Christian, horrible, unwelcoming Bally YouTuber, is I think their wording. They've called me disrespectful. They've said that I'm stupid for being a Christian, and they've said that I'm unwelcoming to the Balisong community, which I feel is the quite opposite, honestly. All right, Lukey said, hey, what's up? All right, Jed Music Nerd said, yo, what's up? Yeah, the thing is, if you guys want to go check out the comments of that video, I had a pretty long chat with Blade Bias about it. It just in comment section, I made it clear to him I do not hate or disrespect anyone for being gay or transgender, but he basically told me that if I do not encourage somebody to do something, if I do not encourage them to be gay, then I'm just a hater and I'm just homophobic, which is so not true, honestly. I've tried to explain to them that I do not hate or disrespect anyone who is gay. I'm just simply not going to encourage something that I feel is morally wrong. And they basically called me a hater for that. All right, what's up, Trenton? What's up, Mia? All right, what's up, Goofy Gorilla? I love that name. That's awesome. All right. All right. I'm not a Y1N, so no matter how many hate comments you have, we still love you. Samuel, hey, thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Someone said, oh my goodness, that's peak. Hey, thank you. All right. Hey, I'm not YN. Not YN actually is one of the people that was leaving hate comments on that video. But anyways, I don't want to gossip. Gossiping is considered a sin in the Bible, and I feel like that's partially what I'm doing right now. I do not want to spread gossip. I still think Blade Bias is an awesome guy. He has really good content. He has really good Balisong insight. There are just a few things that we disagree on, and I wish that we could get around those disagreements. All right. Let's see here. All right. Garrett said, oh, hey, buddy. Yo, what's up, Garrett? Good to have you back in here. All right. I'm not YN. No, not you. There was a different guy. with the same general name on that video. All right, Charlola said, what's the next battle song you would recommend me having? I have a CCC and the Impulse. Ooh, all right. I would probably recommend you the Cheese next. Either the Cheese or the Bar. Trent said, wow, the lag on your McDonald's Wi-Fi. Hey, is it laggy for you guys or is it just laggy for Trenton? Why is it so laggy for you guys? Is it laggy? All right. Has the lag gone away? I'm curious. All right. CR7 Portugal said, bro, God hates me. No, he doesn't. He does not hate you. I promise you, Portugal, all right? I can absolutely promise you. God loves you, but he hates your sin, all right? Don't ever get that confused. God does love you, all right? But he hates your sin. So if you repent from your sins and turn to him, I promise you, he does not hate you. All right, T-Bone said it's not lagging on my end. Hey, thank you. All right. Let's see here. Why is it so laggy? What do you mean the mic cuts out? Is the mic cutting out? I'm not having any problems on my end. All right, what's up, Oliver? Good to have you in here. What's up, Not? Garrett said he hates lag, though. Yeah. All right. So it seems like it's laggy for some people and it's not laggy for other people. All right. All right, what's up, Carla Finch or Carl Finch? I don't know. How in the world? You put a Y in there and it's really throwing me off. Carl Finch. Good to have you in here. All right. Garrett said audio's messed up. What do you mean? All right. Hold up, y'all. All right. Is this better? Is the audio better? Hello? Hello. All right. What's up, Stefan, Jalba? Good to have you in here. Oh, the Y's silent? All right. All right, Carl. All right, is it still laggy for you guys, or can you hear me all right? All right, it seems like it's perfectly fine for some people, and it's not for other people, so I really don't know. I don't think it's my side. My internet's working perfectly on my end. It does cut out sometimes, though, so that's why I was just checking. Okay, let's see here. All right. Ooh, this is a good question from Jed Music Nerd. Jed Music Nerd said, if a man thinks he's a woman, should we as Christians call him he, him, or would that be rude and would it lead them away from the love of Jesus? Ooh, I think it really depends on the situation. I think we as Christians, no matter what we call the person, we need to be able to discern reality. So if we know that that is a man claiming to be a woman, we need to keep in mind always, no matter what we call that person, that that is a biological male and that is not a female. But if they want to be called a different thing, I think you should call that person whatever thing they want to be called in a respectful way, just so they can get comfortable around you, so you can share the love of Jesus with them. All right, Garrett says, so the cheese is heavier than the Impulse. Could you explain the differences? The cheese isn't heavier. I would just recommend it as a second balisong. So, honestly, the cheese just has better grip than the Impulse. They both have aluminum handles with a steel blade, so one's not necessarily heavier than the other, but I just recommend the cheese as a second balisong, mainly for the fact that it's a good public flipper. The Teflon coating makes for an absolute butt ton of grip, and it's overall one of the best flippers in my collection. I think, as of right now, the cheese might be my personal favorite. Like, the Kraken is probably the best balisong in my collection, but I think the cheese might be my personal favorite. All right. Let's see here. Owen Short said, hi. Yo, what's up? What's up, Lala Apple? Good to have you in here. What's up, Lil Larry, bro? I love that name. That's hilarious. Lil Larry, bro. All right, Garrett said, I could tell that was the answer to my question, but I only heard 1 out of 5 words. Ooh, all right. Why is it so laggy for some of you? It's not laggy for others. All right. Grum said, have you learned the reverse helix? I have not learned the reverse helix yet. Why is it so laggy? Is it seriously laggy for some of y'all? Hold up a second. Is it laggy for you guys? There's a lot of people saying lag. Hold up just 1 second, y'all, all right? All right. Hold up just 1 second. Ooh. All right. Someone said, do you do any martial arts? I have a perfect one for you. Yes, I do actually do martial arts. I love martial arts. I do traditional Okinawan karate. All right. I've been training in karate for almost 5 years now, for about 4 to 5 years now. All right. All right, so there's some lag for the first couple minutes for you, but it cleared up. All right. Oh, you do taekwondo. Nice. All right. All right. Charla said, what's your favorite trick? Honestly, as you can probably tell, I've been loving tabletops and choker fans lately. Been loving choker fans. All right, what's up, Alex? Good to have you in here. Youngblood Flip said, yo, Sammy, can you do a 0G chaplain? Ooh, I can try. I'm not crazy good at them, but I can do about 2 in a row, and that's it. All right. TVI said, hi, I've been on here before. LOL. Ooh, awesome. Good to have you in here. All right. Lego Guy said, hi, I was on one of your streams a while ago. All right. Good to have you back in here, Lego Guy. All right. Silas said, Sammy, let me guess. I'm late again. Yes. I'm sorry, Silas. You are a little bit late. All right. Let's see. BRB. Okay. Guys, you need to stay tuned to my channel because I have a lot of fun stuff that I'm planning soon. And there's a lot of stuff that's going to be coming up next year and over the holidays that's going to be absolutely insane. All right. Garrett said, can you do monarch flips or platypus spins? I've never heard of those, honestly. All right. I'm not sure if I'm not telling you that those are fake, but I'm just saying I've never heard of them if they do exist. All right. Silas said, by the way, my Mako V5 came in yesterday, and I've been flipping it nonstop. Ooh, that's awesome, Silas. All right. Tyler said, can I ask a question? Yes, you absolutely can, Tyler. What's your question? All right. Silas is like a celebrity in my streams, by the way. Ooh, Spark Flips, good to have you in here. Spark said, I got 2 Balisongs arriving today. One is $350. Yo, that's insane. Yo, Spark, you totally need to upload a video unboxing them. That would be so sick. I would totally watch that. I watched your video where you unboxed your Superfly, and oh my goodness, that was a cool video. All right. Let's see. Tyler says, that hurt if you miss a trick. No, it does not. These are all Balisong trainers, which means that these are all perfectly safe just for flipping purposes, practicing, and having fun with. Garrett said, bro can't even do platypus spins. Yep, never heard of it, honestly. I'm sorry. That might truly be a thing. I really don't know, but I've never heard of it. All right. Let's see here. All right, someone said, what's the cheapest one? I want to buy one of them. All right, the cheapest one in my collection would have to be the Nibalis Impulse. This thing costs about $35 on the Nibalis.com or on Amazon. It's honestly one of the best. It's the cheapest Balisong that I could recommend to anyone that's actually good. So look up the Nibalis Impulse. I have a full review on this thing on my channel. All right. Wavy said, Garrett's such a rage baiter, bro. I know. I'm not going to play it stupid. I know there is no such thing as platypus spins, but I don't want to call him wrong for no reason, all right? All right. Garrett said, my Impulse came today. Ooh, that's awesome, Garrett. I didn't know you were ordering an Impulse. All right. Lego guy said, so do you have real this type of spinner? I don't know how it's called. I do own live blades, but I flip strictly trainers on YouTube. I do not flip my live blades on camera. I flip strictly trainers on YouTube. So that means that all of these that you see here, these are all Balisong trainers, which means that these are all perfectly safe, just for flipping purposes, practicing, and having fun with. All right. Garrett said, I'm not wrong for no reason. I have reasons. Oh, okay. My bad. My bad, Garrett. That's my bad. All right. Let's see here. Wavy said, Silas, come get my Kraken. It's gathering dust on my shelf. Wavy, you're telling me you got a Kraken that you've never even offered to trade with me? Wavy. Wavy, I'm disappointed in you, bro. Bro, you could have shot me a message on Instagram if you got a Kraken just laying around for someone to use. Honestly. All right. Spark said, do the trick called the orangutan aerial. Garrett taught me it. The orangutan aerial? Oh, I actually do know that. I'm not even joking. I think you're talking about the good old, I don't even know what it's called, type of aerial that I did when I first started, all right? Let's see. So, okay. Guys, I'm not going to give away too much, but I will let you guys know. I just got a pop-up from Instagram, all right? I just got a reply back from Zippy. Yes, that's right. I have been in contact with Zippy, and I just got a reply back and a few messages from Zippy. I'll have to check it out, what all he said after the stream. But he sent me a photo and said to enjoy, so it's looking pretty good. All right, let's see here. Let's see here. Yeah, I know. I've also been in contact with BB Barfly, so you guys should be excited for some of the stuff I got coming up on my channel. I'm not even joking with you. All right. What's up, Ronnie? Good to have you in here. All right. Let's see. So the orangutan aerial, that is a perfect thing to call it. So there's actually, I know you're just joking around, Spark, but there's actually like a funny little aerial that I used to do that I really didn't know what to call it. All I did was this, and I'll catch it in ice pick position. So watch that back again. I don't even know how I do that, but it's something that I literally came up with myself like 2 days into flipping. So watch that back one more time, all right? Dang it, it's been a minute since I've done it. I've not done this in so long because it's such a stupid trick. Darn it. There we go, there it is. See, I literally just flick it back, and then it somehow lands. All right. All right, Sparkflip says, Zippy X Balisong Traveler collab. Not really a collab, but they are being very generous, and Zippy is sending me some stuff. All right. Yes, BB Barfly is also sending me some stuff. I've sent a message to basically every big Balisong producer that I know of, and yeah, a few of them have replied. All right, Sean the Sheep said, is that a comb or a knife? This is a Balisong trainer. This is a comb. These are all trainers, which means that these are all perfectly safe just for flipping purposes, practicing, and having fun with. All right. Someone said, HB Machine-Wise. No, I have not messaged Machine-Wise. All right. Garrett said, Garrett said, I'm going to invent so many new tricks. Look out for the dolphin stalls. Ooh, the dolphin stalls. Okay. I might actually. I have a friend that invents stalls, and we can call some of his stalls the dolphin stalls. I got you. I'm going to start a whole campaign with Garrett. This is amazing. Thank you, Garrett. So if you guys don't know, Garrett was in here the other day debating me about some Christian topics, all right, and about LGBTQ and some other stuff. He basically was insulting me, but he has obviously changed his ways, which I truly appreciate. Garrett is being much more respectful, and he's kind of a comedian at this point. I love it. All right, Garrett said, can you do Van Goghs? I'm actually being serious now. Ooh, I've never heard of Van Goghs. I may have to, either you're going to have to show me that, or I'm going to have to come up with it. I don't know. Sean the Sheep said, I only support furries. Okay. Why do you support furries? I would like to ask you that. I very much disagree with that. I believe that it's absolutely delusional. I am not a furry. There's a funny story behind these, but I promise you I'm not a furry. All right. All right, what's up? Pringoat said, I use Lego Balisong. Ooh, me too. That's awesome. All right. What's up, Mia? Good to have you back. All right. Garrett said, flip up to netcash. It's like trying to Van Gogh yourself. Oh, okay. Never mind. I cannot read off that whole message, but I do know what you're talking about, Garrett. I do not know that trick yet, but that is something that I'm willing to learn. All right. I do know what you're talking about, though, Garrett. That is a real trick, and I will try and learn that one next. All right, Tyler said, how long have you been flipping? I've been flipping since January of 2024. All right. Let's see. Any other questions? Let's see here. Lego Guy said, I'm back. Sup? Yo, what's up, Lego Guy? Good to have you back in here. All right, Sean the Sheep said, where Karambit? I do not own any Karambits. All right. Silas said, Samuel, is the Kraken worth it for the price? I think it depends what you get. Me personally, I got the Inks Kraken. Here's what I didn't realize. The Inks Kraken has a matte finish on the handles. I personally am not a fan of the matte finish because it feels really slippery in my opinion. But if you get a regular Kraken V3 that has a different finish, as long as it's not a matte finish, then I would agree that yes, it is worth it for the price. I will let you know, though, you can get something very similar with quite a bit more grip for a lot cheaper. The Bally Plus clone, if I'm being honest with you, has quite a bit more grip as far as the handles go and the finish on it. But I would say if you're wanting a Kraken trainer, yes, it's definitely worth the price. Let's see here. Armia said, I don't mind furries. I think they're just innocent people dressing up for fun as long as they don't hurt anyone or think it's just a hobby people enjoy. They're allowed to do that. Well, yeah, here to me there's a difference between people just dressing up for fun and furries. To me, the term furries means that someone genuinely thinks that they are an animal, all right? So, honestly, if you truly think that you're an animal, it is delusional. I believe it's the devil just deceiving you. But if you're just dressing up for fun, then there's nothing wrong with that. Yes, I remember you, Laura Martin. Good to have you in here. All right. Youngblood said, to be honest, get a Sirius from LDY. Ooh, you know, I might. I've been looking more into LDY Balisongs, and I plan to enter into the LDY competition, and I might even get a Christmas Orion. Garrett said, nah, they're just live-action role-playing. Exactly. All right. What's up, FN Riz YouTube said, how to make a Lego one. I have not posted a tutorial on how to make a Lego one, but I might do that in the future. All right. All right, Gaiokin, or however you say your name, I'm sorry, said, is it dangerous? Nope, these are not dangerous. These are all Balisong trainers, which means that these are all perfectly safe, just for flipping purposes, practicing, and having fun with. All right. Let's see here. Sparkflip said, Balisong Traveler didn't realize he's an animal. I am not an animal. I am a human being. I've told you the story, I think, behind these. It's just a funny story. All right. Das Butter Bro said, hi. Yo, what's up, Das Butter Bro? All right. Let's see here. All right. King Cobalt said, hi. Yo, what's up? All right. Shun the Sheep said, they don't believe they're animals. They just have pharaoh-like personality just to enjoy life and dress in fluffy costumes. I agree with part of what you said there. If they're just dressing up for fun, sure, there's nothing wrong with that. But if they're trying to have a quote-unquote feral-like personality, I would disagree with that. All right. Vortex said, hi. Yo, what's up, Vortex? All right. All right. Dave Wave Slot said, can Jesus forgive even the worst sins? Absolutely he can. That's why he died on the cross. Do you know that dying on the cross was supposed to be my punishment and it was supposed to be your punishment for the kind of things that we have committed and the kind of sins that we have committed against the Lord? But Jesus died on the cross for us. That proves that he loves you right there. All right. All right, Youngblood Flips said, I'm at 88 subs, goal is 100 right now. Ooh, that's awesome, Youngblood Flips. All right. Tyler said, where do I get one? I would recommend a balisong from Nabali's. I would probably recommend to you the Impulse. All right. Garrett said, I wasn't even around. All right. Sean said, Jesus is alive. Gods don't die. Actually, Jesus did die on the cross for our sins, but he rose back to life 3 days later and is still alive today. All right. Let's see here. I should read your comment. All right. Let me see here. Mia said, that's a completely different thing to what furries are, LOL. What you're describing is called a Thearian, where people think they're animals trapped in a human body, which is just wild. Yeah, exactly. All right, thank you for explaining that to me, Mia. All right. Spark said, how has Jesus not come back to us after 2,000 freaking years? The Bible says no one knows the day or hour that Jesus will come back, but I do believe that we are in the end days. There are a lot of prophecies being fulfilled, and we are getting very, very close to the day and age where Jesus will come back. So we may not know the day or hour, but I think we do know the season, and I think that season is coming up very soon. All right. Laura said, where you get the slippers? I honestly was just walking through Walmart, and I saw that they had these in adult sizes, and I was like, yo, I gotta get some of these. All right. Yeah, tell the story of my shoes. I got you. All right, so, fun fact. If you guys used to be in my streams a few months ago, there would always be that one person that would come into the stream and be like, oh, you got your dogs out. Oh, look at your toes. There would always be that one person that talks about my toes, all right? No matter who it was. It would be different people each time. There was always someone that would bring up my toes, and then the entire chat would do nothing but make comments about my toes. So I was like, so one day I was walking through Walmart, all right? I saw these giant shoes, and I was like, Then I saw that they had them in adult sizes, and I was like, you know what? I have to get some of these and wear them on stream. All right. Ray Wagner said, hi. Yo, what's up, Ray? Good to have you in here. Youngblood said, Wavy, I don't know. My last name's Youngblood. All right. Mallow W. Edit said, yo, I'm back. Hello. Yo, what's up? Tyler said, I'm struggling with lust. Can you help or pray for me? Ooh, that's a tough one. Tyler, I will let you know, me as a young man, the top thing that I too struggle with is lust, all right? So I will continue to keep you in my prayers, and I don't have a crazy amount of advice for that, because that is my biggest struggle also, brother. But I will let you know, just continue to pray about it. Continue to live your life for Jesus, and continue to pray in the moments when you are struggling. I know it's hard to do, and I don't want to feel like a hypocrite for saying this. It is very hard to do. It is very, very hard not to just give in to the temptation of lust. And most of the time I do give in to temptation. That, like I said, that is my biggest struggle. But if you continue to live your life for Jesus and you continue to pray about it, he will slowly get you through it. I can promise you that, because he has been with me. All right. Let's see here. Laura said, not gonna lie, the slippers are kind of fire. Hey, thank you. All right, Olivia said, hi, I'm new here. All right, good to have you in here, Olivia. All right, Sean the Sheep said, your name should be Astro Destroyer. All right. Ray Wagner said, do you know the YouTube channel Sam and Colby? I feel like I've heard of it, but it is very, very demonic. They try and interact with spirits, and I think it is demonic and not of God. So I've heard of them. They go to a lot of haunted houses. They play with a lot of Ouija boards. They do a lot of witchcraft and demonic stuff, all right? I do not support it in any way, shape, or form. All right, let's see here. Wally said, hello, why are you spinning balisongs? Are they trainers? These are all balisong trainers, all right? Which means that these are all perfectly safe for just for flipping purposes, practicing, and having fun with. All right, we got 54 people in stream. Guys, feel free to say hi or ask me any questions, honestly. Ronnie said, you should get some different slippers. All right. Luke Mahurin said, can you use the rainbow one? I got you. What do you mean by the rainbow one? You talking about this one or this one? I think you're talking about this one. All right. Let's see here. Pringle Goat said, what's your favorite balisong, sir? Ooh, my favorite balisong would probably either have to be the Nabali's cheese or the Cracker Racker from Squid Industries. All right. Let's see here. Mamak said, I appreciate your skill. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. All right. All right, yo, Youngblood. Or who was it that had a Kraken laying around? Was it Wavy? All right. Wavy said, "Yo, Samuel, what happened to your wing?" Here's the thing. Because I was getting strikes on my channel, I would rather only use trainers on my channel now instead of false lives, because the wing and the canyon are both false lives, which means that they look like live blades even though they're not. So just to kind of help out the automated system, I would rather stick to only trainers that truly look like trainers. You know what I'm saying? All right. Nathan Vine said, "What game do you play? If you don't mind me asking, I do not play any video games. If that's what you're asking." All right. Cracky Speedy said, "Hi, yo, what's up?" All right. Ray Wagner sent a crazy amount of hearts. All right. Thank you, bro. Let's see here. All right. Someone said, "How are you?" I'm doing amazing, Matei. I hope I can call you that. All right, Alex said, "Hi, yo, what's up?" Garrett said, "No video games?" Correct, I do not play video games. I used to be obsessed with Fortnite when I was younger. So a few years ago, I was obsessed with Fortnite, but I got rid of it. I think March of last year, I got rid of Fortnite because they added a bunch of demonic stuff in Chapter 5, and that I very much disagree with and do not think I should support. All right. Lucy Jane said, "Can you sing Love Shone Down?" Ooh, I've never heard of that one, but I am willing to sing some songs for you. All right, what's up, Alex? The Gamer said, "What made you want to do balisongs?" Actually, I had a friend that got into flipping, and I was like, "Yo, that looks cool." And now I am more into flipping than he is. All right. Let's see here. Wavy said, "There are people doing live on YouTube where they show real gun collections and they take you down for playing with a toy." Insane. Exactly. Like, just because the thing is, it's all AI. That's the main thing. All right. Is the YouTube all AI. All their moderating systems are, and so they think they cannot tell the difference between a live blade and a trainer when these are all trainers. All right. Question: Do you know Lore? Just a simple question. Nope, never heard of him. All right. Garrett said, "There are other games besides Fortnite. I'd argue that all of them are better. In fact, I know. Ever since I got rid of Fortnite, that's like the only game that I was really into. I just haven't really looked into playing any more video games." All right. Spring Goat said, "You said you liked the blue one. Can you use it?" What do you mean I like the blue one? You talk about the cheese? This is the Nabali's cheese right here. All right. Honeycomb said, "Who's the friend that got you into flipping?" That would be Trenton Bailey. He got into flipping a few months before I did. All right. Ronald Reagan said, those looked to be real, to be honest. No, these are not. These are all Balisong trainers, which means these are all perfectly safe, just for flipping purposes, practicing, having fun with. All right. All right. Lucy said, "Please sing I'm So Blessed." Ooh, you mean the song go like, "I'm so blessed, got this heartbeat in my chest. Doesn't matter about the rest. If I got you, Lord, I'm so blessed." Love that song. All right. Alex said, "Can you do the big black knife?" Or none of these are knives, okay? I can promise you these are all Balisong trainers, which means that these are all perfectly safe just for flipping purposes, practicing, and having fun with. So none of these are knives. These are all trainers just for flipping purposes, practicing, and having fun with, all right? But yes, I can do the Kraken trainer if that's what you're asking. All right, Ronald Reagan said, "Where do you get them?" I get most of mine from the company Nabalis or from Squid Industries. All right, Ronnie said, "You have a beautiful voice." Thank you. I appreciate that. Malice said, "Can you sing Doot Doot?" Absolutely not going to happen. All right. Football said, "Bro's voice is heavenly." Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Any Christian songs do you guys want me to sing? I'm willing to sing some Josiah Queen songs. Also, we got 47 people in stream and only 35 likes. Come on now, y'all. Guys, feel free to say hi or ask me any questions. If you don't want to like the stream yet, at least say hi. At least ask me a question, honestly. Thank you for that, Youngblood. I'll happily pin that for you. All right. Marcelo said hi. Yo, what's up, Marcelo? I hope I said that correctly. All right. Someone said you should be a singer. I don't know about that. All right. Silas said, "Like my new profile pic?" Yes, I do. I love it. All right. Jacko Bonnie said, "Your way's better." I got you. All right. Vic said, recommend first tricks to learn. Ooh, I got you. I'd recommend the Y2K and the basic opening, both of which I have tutorials for on my channel. Guys, feel free to go check out my long-term videos. I have plenty of tutorials on my channel. All right. All right, someone said sing Your Way's Better, so I will do that for you, all right? Oh, Lord, I need you now more than ever. Would you put my heart back together? I searched the world till my head hurt just to find out your way's better. Oh, your way's better. Yeah, I got the pitch a bit wrong there, but it's mid. It's mid. I mainly got the pitch wrong there. All right. Youngblood said, not me singing Your Way's Better already. That's awesome. All right. Someone said, your voice is beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. Silas said, bye, guys. All right. See you, Silas. All right. Someone said, I was down, but now I'm up. Ooh, I love that song. I was down, but now I'm up, 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 up. I was down, but now I'm up. Dun, dun, dun. This all God, this ain't no luck. Dun, dun, dun. I used to be stuck in that mud. Dun, dun, dun. I was down, but now I'm up, 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 up. I was down, but now I'm up. But my name Lazarus. Now Satan gonna get mad at this. Yeah, anyways, I'll stop there. All right. All right. Marcelo said, what is that thing you are flipping? This is a balisong trainer, which means this is just for flipping purposes, practicing, and having fun with. It's basically the ultimate fidget toy. All right, Ronnie said, how long have you done this for? Like, how long have I had my channel? I've had my channel less than a year. So, I just started doing streams, I think, like, somewhere's in July. Yeah. I started doing streams in June or July of this year. All right. Olivia said, wait, do not show what? All right. Alex said, what is your favorite trick? Honestly, I don't really have a favorite trick, but it may have to be a choker fan. I love choker fans a lot. All right. Someone said, wow, you're lagging. Oh, am I lagging again? So Ronnie said, can you sing Kingdom Fall, please? I've never heard Kingdom Fall. I'm sorry. All right. Someone said, can you do the Lego trainer? I got you, bro. All right. Let's see here. Alex said, yeah, all right. Am I lagging again for you guys? It's a little glitchy sometimes. All right. All right, Maya said, ooh, bet. Yo, what's up, Maya? Good to have you in here. Someone said, sing Cocomelon. Fine. Cocomelon. Dun, 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 dun. There you go. That's all you're getting from me. I know that sounded horrible, and I meant for it to sound horrible. Ooh, finally. Hallelujah. We got a good question in here. Box Knight said, what are your thoughts on secular music? Boom! I've been waiting for that one. Thank you. All right. So, what are my thoughts on secular music? I believe that as a Christian, you should entirely stay away from secular music. The devil was actually, basically, Lucifer was the worship leader of heaven before Jesus watched the devil fall from heaven like lightning, all right? The devil loves music. He loves music as a way of getting to people. And do you ever notice when you listen to depressed music how it makes you really sad and depressed? Or when you listen to violent music, it makes you feel violent and angry? Or how when you listen to songs that are talking about sexual things, it makes you want to have lust? Yeah, trust me, I get the feeling on quite a few of those. I used to listen to EDM music, secular music, Tiesto. I mean, a lot of secular music, and that is one of the biggest reasons I think why I used to struggle with lust so much, and I still struggle with lust sometimes. So I believe secular music and music in general has a big impact on our spiritual lives, and I think that is the main reason why we need to, as Christians, only be listening to music that glorifies and honors God. All right. Someone said, what's your favorite game? I don't really play any video games. All right. Ashlyn said, what's poppin'? Yo, what's up? What's poppin', Ashlyn? Good to have you in here. All right. Laura said, someone said, what is a balisong? Ooh, all right. A balisong are these things here. These are all balisong trainers right here. All right. Someone said, hi, I'm new. Hi, good to have you in here, Gayu. I hope I said that correctly. All right, Youngblood Flip said there's a huge difference between love and lust, and learning that is very helpful. Yes, there's a huge difference. I don't even know how you can get those confused. So big, big, big difference between love and lust. All right. All right, yo, what's up, Cedric? Good to have you in here. What's up, Raising Tennessee? All right, someone said hi, Iffy. I hope I said that correct. Iffy? Iffy said hi. All right, what's up, Leanad? Leanad said hi. Charlo said, can you infinity ladder? Kind of. Not really well, no. That's one of the tricks that I struggle with. But yes, I can infinity ladder. All right. Riri said, hi. Yo, what's up? All right. Trenton Bailey said, yeah, for real. I didn't think I struggled with listening to secular rap all the time. But I recently stopped and added like 100 Christian songs to my playlist and took all my secular songs out. And I've been getting a lot closer to God since then. That is amazing to hear, Trenton. I did not know that. That is absolutely amazing to hear. All right. Let's see here. Sean said, where your pet kangaroo? I do not have a pet kangaroo. Thank you so much, Wavy. I'll replace that pinned comment. Someone said, can you sing Up by Forrest Frank? I got you. I was down, but now I'm up, 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 up. I was down, but now I'm up like my name Lazarus. Now Satan gonna get mad at this. I had to ask my dad at this. Anyways, yeah, I can sing some of it. I also love Connor Price's part. I was down, but now I'm up like a seaside when I'm on a beat like an old man's liable to keep boss. On the ground, to G-tops, got clouds on my feet like Jack at a beast up, jumped up, good quit straight in a free fall cowboy hat and mic sing yeehaw. Laid on my feet like a feline, to the back of the seat like a recline. Hey, what you mean not worthy? Did with a purpose, didn't need a permit, digging for the bottom and about the surface. Yeah, anyways. Yeah. I love Up. It's one of my favorites. All right. Ronald Reagan said, I'm subbing before I leave. See ya. All right, see ya, bro. Ronnie said, can you do the blue balisong? All right, I got you. I'll happily use the blue balisong, a.k.a. the Nabalis cheese. Balisong trainer. All right. Someone said, do you watch MMA, bro? Absolutely not. Not a fan of MMA. Someone said, can you sing Feel It by David? If you don't mind me asking. Nope. I will not sing that song because I do believe it is considered secular music. All right. Wavy said, bro turned into Eminem. What do you mean? What do you mean, bro? That's not even the fastest thing that I rap. Bro, Trendsetter goes way faster than that. Look, living it fast, but I'm in the back, and if I go slow, think of the grass, into the dig of the past, I won't, though. Yeah, that's like the fastest thing that I can rap. Anyways, all right. Someone said, do you remember Justin Bieber's old song, Never Say Never? I feel like I might have heard of it, but no, I don't remember that song. I'm sorry. I do not know that one. Ooh, Laura just stubbed her toe. I'm sorry. All right. Nobia said, choice of those loafers. Are you serious, or is it just for YouTube? What do you mean? Like, you talking about these shoes? Oh, funny story. These are just for YouTube. I got these shoes mainly for the fact that people in my streams there would always be that one person that talks about my toes in stream and how I always had my toes out. And so I was walking through Walmart one day and I was like, yo, these things look sick. So I saw that they actually sold these in adult sizes. So I was like, you know what? Just because they have them in adult sizes, I gotta pick some of these up. So I got some and now I'm wearing them on stream. All right. All right. Trump fan said, do you have Octane's Balisong? I do not. All right. Stray Duck said, I don't think religion should impact what music you listen to unless it's directly talking about the religion in a bad way. Guess what? Christianity is not a religion, it's a relationship. It's a relationship with Jesus, and the music you listen to has so much more impact than just a religious impact, all right? The music you listen to has a spiritual impact on your life. You don't have to consider yourself a Christian to listen to good or bad music. I'm telling you, when you listen to depressing music, it makes you feel sad and depressed. When you listen to lustful sexual music, it makes you want to have lust. When you listen to violent music, it makes you angry and want to get violent. Music has such a spiritual impact on your life and on your mood and on your emotions and your feelings, not just from a religious aspect. All right. You want me to sing Tell Me Why? Okay. Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why I never wanna hear you say I want it that way. I know that really sucked, and I meant for it to suck. Anyways, let's see here. Someone said, sometimes I listen to depressing music when I miss my dog. Yeah. All right. No, I'm absolutely not going to be singing or rapping Rap God, because that is very much not a song that honors God. All right, Trent said, yeah, like I said earlier, I listened to a lot of secular rap, and it brought me way far from God, even though I thought it didn't affect me a lot. I listen to Christian stuff now, and I feel a lot better. That is amazing to hear, Trenton. All right. Let's see here. All right. Great Ace said, can you use a different balisong? I got you. These are all balisong trainers, by the way. All right. Raising Tennessee said, can you flick your Lego one? I got you. Give me just 1 second. All right. Void said, please do behind the 8-ball to Helix. I got you. Boom. All right. Box Knight said, honestly, I listen to secular music, but where I draw the line is when they start talking about God in a bad way and stuff. Exactly. All right. All right. Void said, goat. Hey, thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Looks like Mia is very tired today. All right. Youngblood Flips thinks that I'm really cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. Trump fan, I already answered your question. I do not have an Octane Balisong trainer. Let's see here. Someone said I have a real Balisong, but it's not smooth. Can't do trick shots. Ooh. I recommend trainers only. I recommend you the Nabali's Impulse if you're looking for a good trainer. All right. Olivia said, sorry for your loss. I know how it is. I lost my mom and my sister when I was 4. I'm sorry to hear that. Someone said, how much did all this cost you? Well, we could add it up real quick. I got this for free from one of my friends. This one, I'm going to guess the parts cost me maybe $5. So we'll have $5. Another free trade from my friend, $150. So this was 45, so we'll say 50. That's $200 so far. Then we got $265, so that would be $465 plus 60. That would be about $345 plus 20. That would be about $565 or $465. That would be, I think, yeah, $565. $565. Dang. All right. Give me just 1 second, y'all. Sorry about that, y'all. I am back. All right. Let's see here. All right. Someone said, brother, I am from India. Ooh, that's awesome. All right. Someone said, yo, Sammy, can you flip the BB Barfly? Ooh, this is actually the Barracuda V2, to be specific, from BB Barfly. And this is an amazing, amazing trainer. I got another thing coming from BB Barfly here soon that is much better, so I've heard, than the Barracuda V2. All right. Let's see here. Ronnie said my phone is about to die. See ya. All right. See ya, Ronnie. Thanks for being in here. All right. We got 44 people in stream. Guys, feel free to say hi or ask me any questions. I'm trying to get the views back up. Ever since I got a strike a few months ago when I kind of took a break, the views have been way down. I've been getting an average of less than 15 subs each stream, which is kind of wild, to be for real, because I used to get over 1,000 subs each stream. My views went from about 175,000 views each stream to down to about 3,000 views each stream. So, yeah. Raising Tennessee said, I'm a skater and a Christian. Is it okay from a religious standpoint that I do the trick Godspeed? Here's the thing. I don't like to call anything Godspeed because I feel like that could be considered taking the Lord's name in vain. It just depends where you are at it with your discernment. All right. Oreo said, remember me? All right. I do not remember you. Actually, yes, I do. I do remember you. I remember you from just a few days ago. All right. Hano said hi. Yo, what's up? All right. Aaron said, how much do your balisongs cost? My most expensive ones, the Kraken, at about $260 US. Cheapest would be the Impulse at about $35 US. All right. Oreo said, yep, got that tight. Got that right, I mean. All right. What's up, Century Rants? Good to have you in here. Let's see here. Game Dragon Jr. said, can you do an extended shortstop? Ooh, I got you. Oh, an extended shortstop. Hold it. How the heck would you do that? I don't think I've learned the extended shortstop. All right. Trevino said, I love your slippers. Hey, thank you. All right. Mia said, no one saw my exciting news. Oh, what's your exciting news? What's your exciting news, Mia? All right. Youngblood Flip said, we need to get Squid Industries in here. Let me tell you one thing, all right? The day when I have Squid Industries in one of my streams, I am literally going to lose my crap. Like, I'm going to lose it. It's insane. I've had ghost flipping in my streams. I've had Brandon from Balisong flipping in my stream the other day. It was kind of insane. I've even had BB Barfly comment on a few of my videos, but I've never had Squid Industries comment on a video or be in stream. Yo, what's up, Nexora? Good to have you in here. Oh, Mia's training to be a midwife. Ooh, that's awesome. All right. Gayu said, can you do a trick on your favorite Bally? Ooh, I got you. Let me grab my cheese real quick. I think the cheese would probably be my favorite Balisong, indeed. Give me just 1 second. All right. There we go. There's a full combo with my favorite, most flowy Balisong. All right. Trenton Bailey said, Sammy, question just to bring up a random topic. All right, what's your question, bro? I'm ready for anything. Laura said, my dog recently passed away, and whenever I watch a stream, it makes me happy. Thank you. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I have a friend of mine who recently lost her cat. I will definitely keep you in my prayers, all right? Trump fan said, can you tell me a Bible story? Go read David and Goliath. That's a really good one. All right. Let's see here. Lotus for Life said, a midwife is someone who delivers babies. Yep, I think we all knew that. All right. Trump fan said, can you tell me a Bible story? I can tell you a Bible story. Like I said, it would be better to go read it for yourself. But a good Bible story would be the Sermon on the Mount when Jesus preached a lot of parables, all right? That is found in Matthew. I would recommend going and reading Matthew 5. That is a very, very good Bible story to read. All right. Trenton said, what's your opinion on a person who had a transgender surgery but then decides to be Christian? I believe they can be forgiven, but how do you think they should go about that? Oh, I believe they absolutely can be forgiven, honestly. If let's say someone has tried to be transgender, all right, and then they try and detransition for Jesus, they absolutely can do it. Anything is possible with God, and I believe that you will, if you truly repent and you truly have a change of heart, then I believe, yes, Jesus will absolutely forgive you. That's why he died on the cross for our sins, and I believe it's absolutely possible. All right. I cannot do the TFG spy trick. All right. Let's see here. Aaron said, I want to get a Kraken Ball song, but I live in Malaysia, and usually dollars are 4 times the price of our currency. Ooh, I'm sorry to hear that. All right. Mia said, but what if they already had the surgery? I've never thought about that. Trends, that's so interesting. It really, to me, your spiritual life does have a lot to do with your physical life, but let's say you've already got the surgery done, okay? Then you want to repent from it and you want to turn your life to Jesus. From there, it matters about your actions. It doesn't matter about your physical body at that point. If you have already changed it, I believe Jesus can help you change it if that's something that you want to do, and if that's what God has in store for you, is for you to change back. But if you've already done damage to your physical body, then that's something that you may have to live with, and you may have to live with the consequences of that surgery. But you can still live your life for Jesus in your actions and in your heart and in everything that you do. All right. All righty. Stray Duck said, why can't you be openly trans and Christian too? I mean, if you are trans, you can technically identify as a Christian, but you cannot truly be a Christian and be trans. God makes it very, very clear that that goes against his design, all right? God did not design for you to be able to choose your gender. That is something impossible. You are not able to choose your gender. You will, if you are born as a male, you will always be a male. There will be no change to that. You can have delusions from that, but there will be no changing if you are a male. If you're born as a female, you are a female, period. There is nothing that is going to change that, no matter how many delusions you have. And I truly believe that, and I believe that God did not design there to be any sort of decision in that. And you cannot be a Christian and be trans, for the fact that God makes it clear that that is a sin and that it goes against his design. So if you want to change from your ways and become a Christian, you can, but you can't go around saying, oh, I'm a Christian, I tried my best to follow Jesus, and then you're also trans. Because if you're trying your best to follow God, then you should know that that is something that very much goes against God. All right. Let's see here. Where does God talk, or where's the Bible talk about transgenderism? Because you're being stupid. It didn't really talk about necessarily transgenderism, because that wasn't a thing in the Bible, and it never should be a thing, in my opinion. But the Bible does talk about sexual immorality. Why do most people be trans? Because they like the opposite gender. All right. Now that is the reason that God destroyed the city of Sodom and Gomorrah, is because of homosexuality and sexual immorality, and basically what is happening in our world today. Yes, correct. Trenton said that very well. It doesn't specifically talk about transgenderism, but he makes it clear that he made man for woman, to man and woman to be with each other, and not man and man or woman and woman. And that is absolutely true. All right. Let's see here. Grum said, hey, Samuel, you're awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. But God is supposed to be all accepting. Guess what? I will tell you something that might shock you. God is all accepting. God is accepting to you before you try and change yourself, okay? Jesus accepts you for the way you were born, the way that he made you. He made you to be a certain way, and he accepts you for what you are. He doesn't accept you for who you're trying to be, all right? So yes, that's actually a very hypocritical sentence, and goes very much against the opposite of what people think. People like, Jesus should accept me if I'm trans. Well, guess what? Jesus is accepting you. He's accepting to you before you try and change yourself. So you're absolutely right. You're going against yourself there in your own words, because you are right. Jesus accepts you. He accepts you before you try and change yourself to go against him. All right, let's see here. What about someone born a man and transitions to a woman and date a woman? That is literally called transgenderism and homosexuality, both of which are sexually immoral and are sexual sins, and it is why God destroyed the city of Sodom and Gomorrah. All right. All right, let's see here. All right, Nexora said, all right, Chad, I'm going to leave. God bless you, Sam, and W. Trin. Hey, thank you, bro. Thanks for being in the stream. See you next time. All right. Let's see here. Youngblood Flip said, oh my goodness, Sammy, off topic. Did you know I have a pug? I did not know you have a pug. All right, Bonkin said, my mom is watching this. I'm cooked. All right, I don't know how you're cooked. If your mom's watching this, that's awesome. That means I get to help spread truth to both you and your mom. All right. True Dog said, hey, man. Hey, see ya. What's up, bro? All right. R Square said, "Hey Sam, what easy balisong tricks do you recommend for a beginner to first learn so they can start developing more skills?" I have a full beginner's guide on my channel if you would like to go check that out, and I tell you what tricks I think you should learn first and second to get more advanced, and I recommend balisongs and stuff. So feel free to go check out my video titled "If You're a Beginner, Watch This." All right. I do not play Fortnite, Century Rants. All right. Stray Duck said, "Why call what your religion is truth? Because it is absolute truth. The Bible says that it is absolute truth. There's plenty of plenty of evidence that the Bible is absolute truth, that it's real, that everything in the Bible did happen. And here's what I will tell you, all right? I call it absolute truth because, number one, it is truth. And here's the thing. Christianity is not just a religion. If you go into Christianity seeing it as a religion, seeing it just as something that you believe, then you are going to get everything wrong. Christianity is much more of a relationship than it is a religion. Christianity is a relationship with God. Let me tell you this. The Bible, the word Christianity is never even found in the Bible. The word Christianity is a made-up word by man, all right? That puts a label on people who follow Christ, okay? But the Bible never tells us how to be a Christian. It tells us how to be a disciple of Jesus. To me, that's all the word Christian means, is that I am a disciple of Jesus, all right? And I call my religion, or what you call my religion, is truth. I call it a relationship, and it's truth because God has moved in my own life in many, many ways. It's used 3 times in the Bible. The word Christian is, really? Let's see here. Chat, how y'all doing? Said Wavy. I'm doing amazing, and I hope the chat is too. Do you remember me from yesterday? Yes, I do. Oh, I didn't know the word Christian is found in the Bible. What translation are you guys using? Because I've never seen the word Christian in the Bible. Yeah, it depends on the translation. All right, Alex said, "Hi, I'm back." Yo, what's up, Alex? Grum Game, shout out to you. All right. Guys, I am going to have to wrap up stream here, all right? So, I'm going to take one more question, then I'm going to wrap up stream. Kaz said, "Where do you get all the balisongs from?" I get most of mine from the company DeBalls or Squid Industries. All right, the Odd Gamer family said, "I'm just listening. Might as well. Doesn't hurt to hear other sides." Exactly. All right. Let's see. I'm taking one more question, then I'm going to wrap up the stream. No, I can't wait. I'm sorry, guys. I'm taking one more question, then I have to wrap up stream. What's up, Simple Flips? No way. Yo, Simple Flips, I rewatched one of your streams the other night. Good to have you in here, Simple Flips. I am going to have to wrap up stream here, though. All right. Z-Boys, what's up? All right, what's up, Grum Games? Grum Games said, "Why are you so awesome?" I really don't know. Probably because I got Jesus with me, honestly. I have all my confidence and comfort in Jesus. All right, Stray Duck said, "But if anyone suffers as a Christian, let him not feel ashamed, but let him keep on glorifying God while bearing his name." 1 Peter 4:16. Yes, I agree with that. I think it depends on what translation you use, Stray Ducks. So depending on what translation you use, it will say follower of Christ or Christian. All right. With that, I'm going to be ending stream. I can sing Your Ways Better one time because Raising Tennessee asked me to. Then I'm going to be ending stream. Oh Lord, I need you now more than ever. Would you put my heart back together? I searched the world till my head hurt just to find out your ways better. Oh, your ways better. There you go. Anyways. All right, the poll today, there were 195 votes. And the question was, do you flip balisongs or do you know Jesus? 62% of people said, I love Jesus. 22% of people said, yes, I flip. 9% of people said, what's a balisong? And 7% of people said, tell me more about Jesus. All right, we are going to be ending with the typical verse, Proverbs 9:10. And it says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the Holy One is understanding. With that, I will see you absolutely amazing people